Okie dokie. Well, thanks for everybody for being on tonight. We are recording this, and we've had a lot, actually a flurry of activity going on in some businesses with doing some posts, asking on Facebook, asking permission to post something on a friend's page. And actually, Andrea Allen saw this on Terry Miller's page and kind of stole some things from her and started doing it and just had some great results. And we were sharing it within our group of EDs. We have a page just for our EDs. And so we were sharing ideas and thought, boy, wouldn't it be great just to get all of this on a Zoom chat and recorded so that we could see the steps, talk through what was going on, how it was working, and just get some tips and tricks from people who have done it before in the past. So we are on here with a bunch of us that just want to share and even ask questions and get clarity on things. So I am going to share my screen and show you what we've been up to lately. Great. So, Andrea, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, perfect. So we are on your Facebook page. So, Andrea, on the 7th of June, this was your post that you put up on here. And within a matter of, a day, several hours, you had about 30 comments. And really all you did here was just ask, hey, can I post one post on your Facebook wall, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so tell me, talk us through this.
Yeah. So basically, I copied and pasted what Terry Miller had on her page, and I waited for a prime time, 6 o'clock in the evening, and didn't really know what I was getting myself into, so I shared that on my wall. And I thought, well, I'll just let those collect. I had 25 within, oh my gosh, really quickly. I've got up 33. It's still going. Mm-hmm. And so the first step was posting, just copying, pasting this, and asking permission to post on people's wall. I mean, everybody knows what I do at this point, so they know what it's going to be about. I've been doing this long enough, so they know. And so then the step 2 was, well, I wonder what Terry's going to post. And so I was just going through, and a lot of people that responded were coaches, and I was kind of getting panicky, like, oh my gosh, I've got all those people who say yes, and I don't know what I'm going to say yet. And I finally found one that was not a coach. And literally, it was Tiana and Hiram, and just really quickly, their story, it was very brief.
Oh, look.
And, hi, Lana.
I'm sorry.
So, all I did was
to our ED page, and she popped up, so we can look at beautiful Lana for a moment. Oh, but go ahead,
She's
Andrea.
So pretty. Yes. So literally, all I did was go through, and I kept up with it as we went on. And I first actually wrote everybody's name down. I don't know why, because I just like to see it on a piece of paper. I'm a paper person. And then I went through and started down the list and started posting the picture. And I would put the person's name in. That's the only thing I would make different. So it would tag them. And so it'd say, thank you, Dory Mitchell, for this opportunity to post on your wall. And here's the story. And it might have been 5 sentences. It wasn't long. It was very easy. And so I did that for the first 25 people and just kind of waited. And actually didn't take very long. Then I started getting responses like, I want to know what this is, what's the name of the program, or how'd you do that, or just different things like that. So then I started writing all those people's names down. And the funny thing is, I want to understand the psychology of it, but out of the 25 of them, only 4 people got responses. One girl had 9, another girl had 6, another girl had 4. It was just a few of them. And if I'm not wrong, Tina has said that's kind of been the same thing. So I don't understand what that is, but I'll take it. And so I think one of the things that I would like to share at this point is if you get a big response like that, don't do all of them at one time. Maybe do 10 at a time and then wait a couple days, work through that. Whoever comes up, who pops up. And there'll be ones that don't respond at all on people's page. I don't know why, but then there'll be a ton on somebody else's. Because once it starts, everybody, it's the what do they call it? When everybody starts doing it. Anyway, it's a marketing thing. I forgot what the name of it was. But anyway, so that way you can work through a little bit at a time and not be completely overwhelmed, as I've been a little bit. And so after I posted that, I started responding to, can you send me more information? So then I would go and I would click add friend first, and then I would copy and paste the message, which was the same message over and over, except I would put their name in it just to personalize it. So Cheryl had mentioned that some people are getting it and some people are not. I'm also finding that. So one of the things I looked up and researched this week, I wish I could share it with you, but I'll post it on Joyful Health, is how to tell if people are receiving your message. We all know everybody can read it if they're little icons down there at the bottom. But there's different, like there's the blue check mark and the different check marks. And I found out that some people, it was sent, but some people did not receive it. And so now tomorrow, my goal is to go back through those people and just say, hey, I private messaged you. Did you receive it? Because some people are not getting it. And I don't understand what the logic is behind that, but it's just being consistent and looking for all those.
Right.
Now I have sent it to other. Go ahead.
Oh, just to clarify what you're saying there, and I just want to just back up just for a second, so to make sure that we're clear. So the steps. Let's just review the steps that you took. You posted on your wall about anybody who would let you post on someone else's wall. And so you did that, all the yeses, you then sent them a private message.
Yes. And added them as a friend.
Added them as a friend and then sent them a private message. So the private message you sent on the screen here, was that step 2? Did you send them, is that the message you sent?
Step 2 was going through and posting on everybody's wall that said yes.
Okay, so when you sent them the private message after they said yes, what did you say to them?
Correct. So in step 3, it says, in step 3, it would be, hi, Brad. So glad you asked me about more information. Our program is simple, but I'd like to talk to you first to make sure it's a fit for you. Okay. It's all right there. I just copy and paste that in the private message.
Tina, what were you going to say?
I thought you meant all the people that said yes. Did you private message those people?
Yeah.
No, she didn't private message those people. She private messaged the people that actually responded to everybody's this
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
right.
was a third step.
Okay.
So number two is responding to everybody that said I could post on their wall.
Okay. Perfect.
And step number 3 is all the responses from everybody else's on their wall.
Okay. Excellent.
Does that make more sense?
Yep. Just wanted to have clarity. Go ahead, Jan. You're muted.
Okay, so here's how you tell if they have not seen your message, like it's possibly going into that other mailbox, and you need to say, check that other mailbox, and then give them instructions how. You'll see a check mark with a circle around it. This will be all colored in blue with a white check mark if it's actually gone to, they've seen it. But if it's white in there and it's got a blue circle around it, they have not seen that message. And if you see that they're on how you can get on Facebook and you see that they're active and you're still seeing that, 99% chance that's in their other mailbox where they cannot see it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I just updated Facebook Messenger and found 3 people in there that had asked me for more information that I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
I try to remember to go look once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so you were saying you had several people who let you do that, and then you had some responses. So let's just use some names as an example. Let's say you posted on Sally's page and Sally had 5 people say, I would like some more information. So Joe wanted some more information. And so not only did you so you would send Joe a message that would say, hey, when would be a great time to chat, right? Something like that?
Yes, I did 3 just quickly to see who would just respond to me that way. And then in 2 days after that, if they did not respond and I saw their little icon down at the bottom that they'd seen it, I'd say, I'm so sorry. I've just had an overwhelming response, and I'm so excited to be helping so many people. I have some time tomorrow night at blah, and I just block out times and wrote times down on a thing and started offering them times. And I mean, I got more appointments out of that than I did just the blank. You have to go back again. You have to go back again.
I love that.
It's not going to just.
Well, and you also you also hosted a Zoom chat, right?
I did, and we had a couple people on that. So, and I might, another lady that posted on her wall and got no responses, but today she posted her before and after picture in that thread, and 3 people popped up while I was getting cleaned up and getting dressed for this. So I might in here in a little bit and just say, hey, I'm going to be on live, for 5 minutes. Do you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
And at least I can share it that way and maybe make more contact with them.
Tina, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say that it looks like 4 of the people that I responded to did not see the message.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
here's what I would do.
I didn't add them
I would do,
Tina.
Tina.
So I'm going back and adding them right now as a friend and see if they'll accept my friend request.
But here's what I would do, Tina, is I would go back and say, hey, I private messaged you. Is that what you did? And they said they couldn't see it?
No, I just looked to see who had seen it because I hadn't even thought of that. I just knew that the circle was there with the checks, but I didn't know if it was blue or white. I hadn't paid any attention. So it was white.
So go back in the thread that you're talking to them and say, hey, I sent you a private message. Did you receive that? And I had a lady who said no, and she couldn't see it, but then she accepted my request and then sent me a message in it because she connected with me, and we moved to the next step. But I would go through, and Honey Beth's really good about this, and say, I'm going to every single person, I just sent you a private message. I just sent you a private message. That's just communicating to them that they should look in that.
Yeah, great point, Andrea. That is so, I do that all the time. So even when they say yes, I reply in that thread, I just sent you a private message, and then send them the private message so that they know that something is coming. And I just wanted to show this. This is what I sent. It was just very short, but when I had yeses, when people said that they would let me post on their page or that they would post for me, this is the little thing that I wrote up, and I sent my before and after picture. I didn't use somebody else. I used my own. So, that's just another idea of how to do it. I like to make things short and concise, and I kind of played around with the wording on it because I wanted it to be able to show up in the window without somebody having to hit see more. So that's just me and how I think, because I don't like to click to have to read more. So I know that a lot of other people are that way too. So anyways, that's just what I did. And I either sent this to them or it's what I posted on their page.
Can you send that to us? Because what I've been doing is I've only been doing 10 at a time. So I had 45, I think, people respond. And so I did 10 within the first 24 hours. And then I waited I knew I just didn't have the time to reach out to them all that day. So actually I went on and did 10 more yesterday. And I've kind of been responding to those today. So, but with that too, I've changed pictures. Mm-hmm. Because so many people are in the same newsfeed. I just didn't want to throw that out to 45 people and everybody know each other and see the same picture of the same people. So I switched pictures yesterday for the next 10. So today, I'll probably use you, Honey Beth. With a little bit of different wording to see which one works the best.
That's a great idea. Yeah, Jan?
Okay, so Tina, have you seen mine? Because I also, like Honey Beth did, I also used myself, and I used a story of my own about myself.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. But most, I mean, like,
I just decided. I mean, but I'm doing it in waves of 5.
so I may do the next 10 after that with me instead of somebody else. But I didn't do a whole bunch of me either. So, so I've only got through 21 people so far.
Well, and that's great too. And that's
Not a terrible problem.
yeah. Well, and what I love about that is it's just like your contact list. You do not want to fly through it. I mean, these are viable contacts, right? And you just want to take your time to make sure that you're touching base with all of them the best way that you can. And if you just have a mindset of I'm just doing it in mass, then you might miss something, or somebody might slip through the cracks. The one other thing
client coming on tomorrow, so I'm excited about that one.
That is fantastic. See, there you go. And see, it's working. And that's what I love. And so what I also want to suggest is making sure all of those people that not only let you post on their wall, but all of the responses, the yeses that you've gotten from those posts, put them on the back of your map. Like my map gets really, really messy, and I just use every big column, and I just write people's names on the back of the map. So this is just another way that when you have your map with you all the time, these people are always with me, and I actually put check marks next to them, because taking it a step further on Facebook, so you've got 45 people who have said yes. So if they're on your map once a week, even if you haven't gotten in touch with them or they haven't responded, once a week, you can use this as a reminder to go to their page and like a few of their posts or comment on a few of your posts so that you're still in their feed.
What I thought was interesting about the whole thing is only a handful of those people are actually clients.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was amazing that so many people said yes, and they are not clients and haven't even talked to me about the program. So that was really interesting to me to see that, you know, to have that many people.
So something else.
They know what I do, but go ahead.
Andrea?
Something else I thought about is, so for the 4 people that, you know, had all the likes, I went back to them and said, hey, do you see how great the need is? You know, have you considered coaching? And some have just said no, and some people have said yes, I have. So, you know, it's just another way to show them how easy this could be as far as coaching goes. And so we'll see. I'm hoping to get a coach or 2 out of it.
I love that. That's such a great idea. Yeah, Jan.
Well,
so we've only just started working on this, and obviously are mainly just trying to follow the comments, you know, the people who say, yeah, I need to know more about this. When you did it, Honey Beth, did you follow through on likes? Did you do any kind of, or have
yes.
either Tina, either one of you all doing anything yet with your likes?
Started the likes.
Yeah.
Because I've just
started the likes
last night, and so I haven't gotten a lot of response yet, but I'm getting likes. I'm just thinking about what to do.
Well, and with the likes, it's not a huge deal. So it's really just writing something up and copying and pasting it. So, hold on, Andrea. So what I did was I would just write a few sentences. Thanks for liking this picture. I love helping people get healthy. You know, it's like 3 or 4 sentences, and I'm just copying and pasting it. And I do it on my phone. I don't know why it's so much easier to do stuff like that on the phone than it is on my desktop, but it is so fast. I can go through about 30 people in 10 minutes, just copying and pasting, till I can pull open all those likes and just one after another, just private message them. So simple. So, but you want to chase the comments first. Yes, Tina?
Give us an idea of what you said. You said, you know, thanks for liking the post. What else would you say? Think about it.
I think I just said something to the effect of that I really love helping people create health in their lives. And I may have said, if you know of anyone who is struggling with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or just even has some weight loss that they want help with, I would love to assist them. And, just leave it at that. You word it however you want, but it's just, and you might even want to put a call to action in there, asking them, a question or ending with a question. So maybe they might answer you or something like that. But just really short, because I don't know these folks. But the reason I always respond to the likes, because here I am I could be out 4 generations of the person that we have in common with those likes. So what I'm doing is, by private messaging them something, when I send them a friend request, they're more likely to answer my friend request. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, Andrea, go ahead. You were going to share something.
So I have, how smart do you think it is just to pull up the likes and just add them all as your friends? Do you do that, or is that just too much?
No, I do that. However, I want to make sure that I'm sending them a private message too, because I want them to connect me with something so that they don't put me in Facebook jail. I've been in Facebook jail way too much, and the next time I go into Facebook jail, I don't know, it might be for 2 months, and I can't handle that. So,
what's Facebook jail?
Oh, sometimes people will, if you send somebody a friend request and they don't really know you, if too many people are responding that they don't know you and they didn't want your request or something like that, you kind of get a slap on the hand, and you aren't able to send private messages or friend anybody for 7 days. Your second offense, it's 14 days. Your third offense, it's 30 days. I don't know what a fourth offense is. I don't plan on finding out.
Okay, my battery's going to die. I've got to go inside.
Okay, but that's why I send the private message. And I haven't had anybody. And let me just say this, kind of a side note. Just make sure when you send somebody a friend request and you notice that they have accepted your friend request, immediately go to their page and like 2 or 3 of their posts and comment on one, because that's going to get you in their news feed.
Okay. Cool.
So don't ignore the fact that somebody just accepted your friend request. That's also going to help you with all of these new people that you're getting exposure to. So, Steph, does that bring a little bit more clarity to everything and how that's working? Did it answer your questions or get your thoughts going in the right direction?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been taking notes.
Good.
Very helpful.
Good. I'm glad. I would suggest doing this when you have time to respond. For some people, that'll be Friday night and you've got all weekend. For some people, just look at your schedule, your calendar, but you are going to have time to go through and respond. Yes. Yes. Andrea's like, yes. She had
I did not know what I was getting into.
We have a 9-hour drive to Myrtle Beach on Saturday. That might be a good time.
Yes. Absolutely.
Do it 24 hours earlier so that you can be having the people actually say yes. Because
there we go.
I felt like it didn't matter how long it takes me to post. I still have their permission. So they're not going to take that permission back. So if it takes me 2 weeks to get through everybody, then it's okay. I don't feel like that's a bad thing to kind of take your time with each one.
Yep.
Yes, Jan.
All right. I'm thinking about one person that I don't quite get. She said yes. Mm-hmm. I wrote the post and tagged her in it. And I went back today, doing my just check through on everybody to see, okay, has there been any responses that I need to follow up on? And my post was not visible on her wall.
Well, she might have that safeguard up where she has to approve it first.
All right.
So
how can you tell? I don't know this answer. How can you tell whether something that you have sent to another person, that should appear in their feed or on their wall? How can you tell if it's appearing or not? I guess I could have somebody else go to her wall and see if it's visible to them. I mean, I'm friends with her, obviously.
Well, right. You should be able to see it. So when you post it, you should be able to see it. If you're not seeing it, the only reason I can think of is that she's got that filter on there that she has to approve the post. So if you're not seeing it, just let her know, hey, I put it on your wall, I'm not seeing it. Do you have to approve it or something like that? And then, or ask her, and if that's not going to work, can I just send it to you and you post it on your own? But just double check that. So, I mean, a lot of us have that filter. So,
and I had to do that. I had to do that with 2 people.
Yeah.
Because I'd go to their wall and there was nowhere to post anything. That was not an option. And so I private messaged them, and both of them, would share it, but I had to send it to them so they could do it.
Perfect.
Okay. I need to talk to her anyway. She's a client.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So, Cheryl, did that help? I think you had asked the question about, what to do when people aren't responding, and I would just make sure I'm liking and just sending a little message to likes, and then going and making sure I'm on their Facebook page.
Well, 5 of them, I went back and looked, have the white circle with so they haven't seen it.
Uh-huh. See, that gives so much clarity. So once you understand what those little symbols mean, what the colors mean, it just, and you can Google that, we won't do a training on that, but Google that and find out what all of those little symbols mean, because it will make your life a lot easier when you know what they mean. So,
but I still had 4 that it shows they read it and they haven't responded to it.
Well, and that's
then I would just go back again and say, I know you're busy and I'm busy too, and I'm so excited about all the people that are responding, and I just want to be thorough in communicating, and offer them a time and say, I've got some time tomorrow at blah blah blah. And honestly, I've been doing the takeaway. I understand you're not interested thing. Just let me know so that I can, not bother you or whatever. And I've got more people responding because I've said, oh, you probably don't want it. It's probably not whatever. And everybody's like, oh, no, I wanted more information. Answers that way by just immediately going, you might not be interested.
Yes, Tina.
I'm going to go back, because now that I know, I sent the one guy a message and he didn't respond. He asked for information. I sent him a private message. He didn't respond, so I went back to the Facebook page and told him that I sent a private message. And so then I went back and sent him another message, just kind of following up, because he asked for information. And now that I know that he's not seen the private messages, I'm going to go back to the friend that I posted on her wall and have her get in touch with him.
Oh.
Because she's friends with him. I'm not. Even though I hit, a friend request, and maybe he'll say yes, because I just now friend requested him.
Great idea. That is awesome.
I'll go back to her and ask her if she can get in touch with him and tell him that I've sent him private messages, but I know that he hasn't read them.
Or even make it a little bit easier for her. This just popped into my head, Tina. May or may not work, but I'm thinking, how can I make it easy for her, your friend? So what I would do is I would just type up a little blurb that says, hey, Tina sent you a private message, and can you accept her friend request? So I would write it up for her and send that to her in a private message, so she can just tag him in the post or something like that. Just make it easy for her to get in touch with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She can tag him. She can go back and tag him in the post even and say, Tina sent you a private message, so-and-so. You might want to go check it. And so that his name is tagged in it. So, but that way you can see if she does it within your original post.
Okay, that sounds great.
Doesn't that make
she's a friend of mine,
doesn't that make sense?
asked me about the program, but she's not started yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if she can just tag him in the original post, you'll be able to see all that too. So that might work out well. All right, ladies, I am going to go ahead and end this, and thank you for all of your time. We will be sharing this so that if anybody wants to consider doing this, they can, but I appreciate all of your input. It sounds like there's some great things, some clients coming out of this. What a great way to hunt for coaches too. Andrea, that is just so awesome. I think it's just a fantastic idea. So let's just have fun, and let's make sure we're keeping each other posted in our ED page so that we can help each other out as we're moving forward. All right, ladies, have a good night.
Thank you.
I'll see you at boot camp in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.